for joining me today on my day of power. My name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. Those are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. I want to say to all of you all, thank you so very much. I want to say salutations to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajays. For those that are in the church, operating in the ATRs, and those that have left the church, but yet operating in the ATRs, but with church influence. I want to say to each and every one of you guys, I'm here for melanated people, and I'm here to teach universal laws because, sir and ma'am, it applies and applicable to each and every individual. I want you to understand that this is the opportunity of growth and evolution, and what I share on my platform is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I do not get on my platform trying to get somebody to change their mind or change their beliefs. What I do is offer grown men and women knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you, sir or ma'am, choose life or death, blessing or curses. And one of the things that I have great joy in is my opportunity to advance the production of melanated people when it comes down to the ATRs, when it comes down to people that are in the church that don't want to leave the church but want to practice their particular spirituality and develop in that. And I offer knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And these are the things that people that really, really want to learn conjure. I've been doing conjure since I was a child, 3 to 4 years of age, and I am 52 years of age. And I have been practicing magic and utilizing it in my everyday life. I've been manifesting, and I've been allowing people to grow and to develop with tested information, tested rituals and conjure that I have been doing, and has brought me through a many of things. I want to say also to my hello to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. I don't know what's going on here. Can't imagine. For whatever reason, hide the chat, show every message. I don't know why this it's filtering my messages. Show most of the messages. Okay, thank you. It's finally coming through. What's up? To each and every one of you guys that have been a part of our platform, I want to discuss this, and this is why I teach so much and share so much and repeat myself, even though I personally, as a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and Rising sign Pisces, I really don't like repeating myself, because the first time I said it, it was very clear, it was well informed, and it was broken down to the lowest common denominator. But I do this because I understand that I'm a fire sign and I can come across very aggressive. And so what I do with other people that did not and have not been raised with the type of conditioning and instruction that I have raised with, I give people the benefit of the doubt. But a lot of times, a lot of the decisions that people make is because they disregard those boundaries and disregard those rules and regulations that regulate all of us, whether we're in Ifa, Voodoo, or Santeria, Lakumi, or Congo and Palo. And a lot of things that, because I'm a professional spiritualist, I try to give you insight what will help you, sir or ma'am, to navigate in these spiritual streets, to have a better rapport with your elders, your tatas, your mumbos, your hugans, your pastors and apostles, people that holistic magic. This is the information that people encounter, and they have situations and circumstances, and it could have been avoided if you had just listened to some sound counseling. One of the things that I want to talk about on today is on my day of power is discerning lies in these spiritual streets. And what happens a lot of times that when you are in your path and you're walking down your spiritual path, you have a lot of people that do not pay attention to the lies. And let me explain what a lie is. Anything that is not the whole truth. When people are misleading, when people are being deceptive, when people are telling half-truths, you will encounter a lot of this as you journey. What's up, Mama Susan? You will find yourself as you go down these paths that you will have people saying a lot of things that are not true or completely true. And in order to be effective, you're going to have some type of discerning or perception about when somebody's lying to you, or about when somebody's leaving out things. And a lot of things that what I try to do on my platform is to give melanated people a straightforward, upfront tutorial when it comes down to real magic, real conjure, real mysticism, and how to engage with other people of other practices, other belief systems, other traditions, other cultures, and not find yourself in situations and circumstances that are unnecessary. The reason why I repeat things is not because I care to repeat things. I repeat things so people cannot lie and say they did not know. The first thing that people will do in these spiritual streets, even when you have done a very proficient job at explaining, informing, and giving rules and regulations for the safety of the people that will be engaging with you, they will say they made a mistake. You cannot make a mistake when you have been informed. Either you ignored the information and continue, either you saw it as unnecessary, and that's why you did. But a lot of people don't call certain things a lie. And as a Sagittarius, Moon in Aries, and rising sign Pisces, I'm going to teach you some things. Thank you for joining us. And I realize that certain people don't want to hear what I got to say. And that's all good. Because at the end of the day, every video that I post is a paid monetized channel. So it's to my benefit to get on here on social media. And I have real clientele. So let me explain this. When it comes down to maturity, when I tell you you lack maturity and you behave that in a manner that you don't identify yourself as being immature, but every time a situation takes place, you handle it like a child, not a grown woman or a grown man. With me, flaws don't matter, because I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to develop you spiritually. And one of the things that I do is I get people in a space that they can tell themselves certain truths. Because I cannot help you in a lie. That's not my endeavor. I don't tell myself lie. I speak the truth to myself. Let me explain to some of you all. Every practitioner has different motives by why he or she does something. When you get into these spiritual streets and you follow some of these pathways, you have to figure out what type of spiritualist aligns with your character, aligns with your values, or and your desire to grow in certain areas. This is important. When I say I'm 52, I have no reason to lie to people. You're not IRS and you're not the police. I have to have a reason to want to lie to you. There must be some profit in me lying to you and deceiving you. And with the gifts that I have, the ability to manifest like I do, I have no need to lie. I don't care if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I don't care if you're doing magic and spirituality to have a personal growth, and I don't care if you actually have clientele. I don't have to lie to you, and I'm going to tell you the things that are going to really make you grow and expand, because prosperity in my world is about people evolving and growing. So that's what you need to understand. Discerning means to perceive. You have to understand why people tell half truths. You have to understand why people don't tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God. Because most people, it's not beneficial to tell both sides of the story. To most people, it's not beneficial for you to understand how things got started, or why that person is where they are in the stage of that particular relationship. Most spiritualists, when they are traveling down these paths, they do not discern a genesis of a thing. The reason I'm saying that, because I was taught as a spiritualist that it was my responsibility, no matter what a person told me, for me to be able to perceive or see what is real tea, what is really going on. Because most people, which I was taught by my spiritual dad, do not come in and sit in your seat and speak the truth. 99% of the people that sit before you tell a lie. Even if it's because they want your help, and they don't feel like if they tell you the whole truth that you will help them. Have a little more faith in the spiritual practitioners and the spiritual people that are out here in these spiritual streets. Understand that no one can really help you. No one can help you resolve your problem without the truth. Even if I'm going to defend you, I still need the truth. Even if I'm going to curse your enemies, I still need the truth. I need to know how far I need to go based on what really going on. But I am saying that's why you shouldn't be out here in the spiritual streets if you cannot read, if you cannot discern, if you cannot perceive through your senses what is really the energy behind the words. Somebody may have a desire, but you need to be able to read that and know that, yes, what you desire can be accomplished. But these are the pros and cons behind your desire. What's up, Prophet Pisces Goddess? Thank you so much for joining us. One of the reasons, not all my reasons, but one of the reasons that I come to social media and I discuss things openly, because I have to deal with liars, people that tell half truths, people that tell one side of the story, people that start in the middle and not at the beginning, so that people can rationalize whether you engage, whether they feel you wrong or right. A lot of people want to start in the middle of their hurt, telling the story, but that's not what led up to your hurt. And as a spiritualist, I was taught that it's my responsibility to read or discern or perceive what is going on, so I can render a proper judgment and how to move or navigate with said people. It is to your benefit to perfect your spirituality. I have a psychic class coming up, and I'm trying to teach other spiritualists and practitioners what psychic is really about, being psychic, how to deal with psychic attacks. And one of those things is being able to discern whether somebody telling you something true and tainting it with lies in order to save face. Because everybody that tells lies are not coming from a malicious place. Some people that tell lies in these spiritual streets actually believe the lies they tell. Everybody is not full lying to you because they're trying to trick you or deceive you. But nonetheless, they telling a lie. Sometimes people say things and use certain adjectives that are not true, because they don't have the education to articulate the actual truth. And so therefore they go by how they feel about the situation rather than what actually happened in the situation. You're going to run into a lot of that in these spiritual streets. You're going to run into people that come in pretending, which they don't call it a lie, but that's what pretending that they're as dedicated, as committed, and as a support. A lot of people lie with the word help. I'm here to help people. I'm just trying to help. If you want to help somebody, then you are going to follow their boundaries. You're going to respect those boundaries. Every time you don't show up, you're showing me you're not mature. I'm going to say it again. If you're going to be in these spiritual streets, I would urge you, sir and ma'am, to vet the people that you're going to allow to be close to you. How honest are they? Because these people that are loose with the truth will tell a lie before Jesus can get the news. And this is going to affect their energy, their frequency, and their vibration. And it's also going to affect their trustworthiness. A lot of my growth and my success, and let me explain something to y'all. This is why I address stuff like I do. A lot of my clientele and my high-end clientele and the people that really give thousands of dollars into me and my ministry, I have those reoccurring clients because they trust me with their information. See, you might not have a problem with me acknowledging what you give and what you do because you want to be seen. But I have clientele that don't want to be seen. They want to be, and they have remained anonymous. And they never ever got into it with me because I didn't acknowledge something they did or gave towards my ministry. Because they truly came in to be anonymous. I've had people come into my life saying that they want to be a anonymous, cognito, but the truth is they wanted to be seen. That's a lie. That's why when you hear me on social media, I'm always honest about my personality, my energy, and what I'm here for. Because I don't have to explain what is understood. But what I have to do is deal with and nipping things in the bud. Because this is a part of my prosperity. The reason why I am as successful as I am, and the reason why people have the level of honor and respect for me as a spiritualist is because how I conduct business. Your inability to discern a lie and what type of lie that is, because let me tell you, we all lie. In some form of fact, if you don't keep your word, it's still a lie. Even if you, like I like to say, my makeup game, but it doesn't change the fact that I lied. And when you have a hard time coming to the grips that you fell short and you didn't keep your word and somebody got to wrestle you down for you to admit that, you got other issues going on. I said, God is not a liar. I didn't say apostle. I said that the energy don't lie. I strive to be a truth teller. I strive to be an individual that I tell the truth in a situation. But I can lie like anybody else. I just choose not to lie about it. It's not. It has nothing to do with I don't have the capability of lying on some people. Some people, when they don't like you, they lie on you. You're gonna run across some people that are in these spiritual streets that are hurting behind a relationship, and they're gonna lie on that man or woman, gay, straight, about it. As a spiritualist, you need to be able to read and understand that, just like in Cassie's situation, that's what a lot of people don't want to admit. You can't make P. Diddy a monster and not that he has a family of monsters. You can't say you hung around him and participated in the freak offs and not be a freak yourself. You can't say that you are around Apostle Ely and then, oh, I don't believe in that stuff. You believe in something, or you wouldn't be around Apostle Ely. Because he's very open about what he believes. What's up, my Boaz? When you don't want to be reprimanded, the Bible calls you a bastard. Now you're a bastard in the natural and you're a bastard also in the spirit. Because you don't value covenant. The reason why people are called bastards is because you are not in a covenant relationship. And you were not born of a covenant relationship. And the spiritual journeys, and I hear this is why you have to be a part of a spiritual community and a spiritual relationship, because you're supposed to value the covenant between you and your Tata, Mambo, Hugon, or your tribe, or whatever the chief is. And you align yourself with those rules and regulations. I want success. And the only way I'm going to get success is that I have to constantly reiterate the reason why I function the way I shouldn't have to explain this, because I own all this shit. You don't pay for any of this. But I treat you like family, and I want you to be a part of my platform. I want you to be a part of my ministry. I want you to be a part of my spirituality. You don't talk to me when you want to talk to me. You talk to me when I'm available. I'm 52 years old. One thing I strive to do is not talk to people when I'm heated. Because depending on whatever temperature I'm at, I gives no fucks. Because especially when I see you keep getting in a pattern. I have very high-end clientele. And the way that you function in your life and how you do business, I would never do business like that. People trust me with their personal business. Spiritual business, hear me, any conjurer, spiritually. Spiritual business is like people medical records. Spiritual business is like people financial records. A spiritual business is people's deep dark secrets. All that is classified information. And people trust me with that information. And that's why they deal with Chief Apostle Ely after one moon cycle, after the next moon cycle, after one solar eclipse, after the next. I have reoccurring clientele. They've been working with me for years. I have people say, if I can get it from you, I ain't getting it from nobody. Minister Mario has been there almost 2 years. And his business is still locked up in the vault, so to speak. See, death don't cause me to betray you. See, I'm loyal to the grave. And the clients that support me and make sure I can do some of the things that I do for everybody, because everybody that's here don't help or support. And that's all good. But understand, the way you run your business is not the way I run my business. And everybody wants to make like that certain people are mean. The reason why I call that a lie, because that person, when they told you that, they were calm, cool, and collected, and you still ignored it. You call people mean by getting and nipping shit in the bud. People that hold you accountable and have standards, you call them mean. And that's a lie, sir. And that's a lie, ma'am. If you weren't so hard-headed, they wouldn't have to keep telling you the same shit over and over. I want you to know, I don't care if you're a psychic, card reader, throw the cowrie shells, read the tea leaves. People are going to be the same wherever you go. And if you ain't able to discern a lie and what type of lie that is and what type of liar that person is, people that lie every now and then. They lie to not be found out by their husband or wife. I mean, it's a lie, but you understand why they lying. I gotta have some logic for that lie, even though it's a lie. But when you lie for no reason, when you lie to get out of accountability, you dangerous in the spiritual community, because you don't own up to the shit you do. That means that you're working on a healing for a client and it failed. You're not going to take responsibility. When they in spiritual warfare and if something happens to that person, you're going to lie and deny that you had anything to do with that. It's a lot of reasons why you got to discern. You got people that walk around and tell everybody, all I do is help people. And they be lying their ass off. So let me break it down like I always do on my day of power. When people talk about that all they do is help people, all you do is try to find a need a need where you can feel that need so you can manipulate that individual. You ain't trying to help them. You're trying to help yourself. You're trying to find a foothold in their life so you can influence and yield leverage against them to make them do what you want to do or not what they want to do. I can tell by your behavior how much of a manipulator you are. My sister, my biological sister, my biological mother have never walked in my church, and because of their position with me and my love for them, tried to get me to handle other people in my church, even some people in my church they did not particularly like at all. But every time you become somebody's friend, you always trying to tell them what to do and how they live. Every time you become a part of something, you're trying to usurp authority. I've never did anything for my padrino and my elate and tried to usurp his authority because of what I contributed. So are you really trying to help? Because I know how to give help without hooks. I know how to be a blessing to people and they don't owe me nothing. I want to talk because I do real magic. I do real conjure. And so therefore, I take responsibility for the things that I display on social media. And I want you to be able to go back and see that I done said this over and over and over. It ain't the first time. You really think because you got a pussy, you gonna control me? You really think because you got dick and nuts, you gonna control me? You really think that you can give me enough money to control my anointing? Don't matter how many times I've said this, I can't be bought. My mama taught me as a child, you make money, don't let money make you. But you say you admire that, but that's the very thing you're trying to do. You stop giving in order to manipulate me. You stop giving in order for me to run behind you. And the only reason you are mad is because you weren't doing it for the right reason. That's what the discernment will do for a leader that can see. To be able to read the actual intent of the heart before you even get started. See, all this undying love, it's not true. Because every time it is tested, you fail. Because we all know what real agape love is. By definition, we understand spiritually it's chaos energy. It cannot be controlled. So why you always trying to control somebody through love? That your quote unquote love. Why somebody got to do it the way you do it in order for you to be good with them? I tell people in my church, because this ain't no lie, you ain't got to like me to benefit from my ministry. There's no requirement that you have to like the pastor. And there's no requirement that I actually have to like you either. I can still do my job. We do it in the natural every day of the week. And encountering people, some people we like, some people we don't. Some people we don't even know. In these spiritual streets, you better have some real, I'm not talking about church discernment. Where you done judge that person, that situation, before you ever got all the facts involved. We in the age of Aquarius. Facts matter. You laying down judgment and don't even know all the whole story. You laying down judgment and don't even know that person's potential and what God got for them down the road. You mistake my patience for ignorance. I'm going to say that again. You mistake my patience for ignorance. Meaning I lack knowledge. My tolerance is only because of your level of ignorance. It's not because you don't know, because that's a lie. I've said it over and over. You don't have the capacity to draw the type of people I draw in my life. And it's my character and my personality why they stay in my life. The reason I can talk the trash I talk is because of the character that I have. How many friends you done had for 6 months? 4 days, 4 hours. I have never required any of my friends or co-workers not to be racist. They have a right to believe whatever they want to believe. I can be all pro-black and not anti-nothing. So why they can't be racist? They can live in any delusion they want to. You live in the delusion you want to. You make up shit in your mind and call it reality. You hear stuff that wasn't even said. You interpret things that the actions of people that they never agreed to. That's called a lie. It's called a lying vision. It's called a lying dream. Because it's not true. It didn't come from source. It came from you. It came from your hallucinations, your infatuations, your fantasies. Some of y'all don't understand it about me, and that's why I call it a lie. You, even as a whore, you don't qualify. Because I was taught by my Virgo mother, don't kiss and tell. And you talk too goddamn much for me. For me. You talk too much to be my friend. You talk too much to be my cohort. As Madame Oshun says, comrade. You talk too much. I'm a talkative person, but I don't talk too much. I run my mouth, but I don't run my mouth about people, personal business. I have pastors that been long gone dead. I don't talk about what they talk about to me. I don't write a tell-all book. I have certain values, and people spend really good money with me, and that's why I try to be honest with people. Your life is not built, and your prosperity is not built on the truth, and that's your business. I'm not a misleading person. I don't send out misinformation. I don't. If I tell you something, I let you know up front that you didn't see everything. That everybody that do conjure with me, I always tell them I have to do certain things before I actually engage with you. So they already know that they're missing steps. Nobody's up under the pretense that I showed them everything, because I would never do it. I never will. No master shares everything they know. These are some dangerous streets. Spiritual streets are very dangerous. And you're going to encounter all types of people. All types of people. And all types of liars. And you got to be able to discern energy. Frequency and vibration. Because at the end of the day, I have to get to my destination. See, you're the type of person, when you don't get what you want right away, you start acting out. I'm a type of person, I know I'm going to get what God got for me. I don't know how, I don't always know when. Sometimes I don't know whom is going to come through. But I know it's going to come to pass. That's the concrete relationship I got with the divine. I have one member say, Daddy, ask me no questions. I tell you no lies. Sometimes you ask questions that get you the lies you hear. Sometimes it's not good to ask questions. Are you cheating on me? You're invoking a lie. Some questions you actually get what you're looking for. Because if you want the truth, you didn't have to ask the question because you already know the answer to the question you asked. I told you I'm 52 years of age. I'm an experienced Sagittarius. And what I'm a lover of is people. And anything that you are a lover of and a connoisseur of, you should understand. And one thing I understand is black people, melanated people. And I know that melanated people lie a lot. Especially when they don't want to be held accountable. And when somebody always talking, that they want you to hear their side of the story, they're gonna lie. What I love about my Gemini sister, she tell on herself. She let me know she started. She let me know where she came in the middle. And I do her the same way. She said, I know you did it. I said, yeah, I did it. I know you said, it sounds just like, yeah, and I did. Come on in here. You know you did it. I come through the door. Before I even enter into the door of my mama's house or my sister's house, I'm already with the truth. She said, she calls me people. People, do you have something to do with that? I said, absolutely. And she said, are you done? I said, no, ma'am. I'm talking to my sister. I ain't done. I ain't even gonna pretend to be done. See, it takes a level of reality for you to walk into certain levels of truth that I do. And I know it's not easy. It's not comfortable. But the reason why people trust my videos is because I bring a certain level of truth and reality and my ability to be transparent enough for them to see how authentic I really am. And I value people's trust with me. You don't value the trust that people have in you. But I value the trust that people have in me. And I want to keep that clean, sanctified, and purified as possible. So when we have trials and tests, I can always go back to our relationship of trust. And say, have I ever done that before? See, you can't do that. You can't tell your husband or your wife, have I ever lied to you before? I tell my exes, even when I got in ready, don't ask me something you don't want to hear the truth to. Because you don't know me. I'll tell it. Don't ask me questions that you ain't woman enough to hear the truth. I have a particular way that I administrate my spirituality, my egos. That's why I even tell y'all, the funeral home we've been paid for Minister Mario, son of a choice's headstone. She ain't still produced the headstone. You know why I say that? Because I wouldn't have done it and come out to the public about it, but people donated money towards that. It ain't just my money. See, when you are transparent, people understand you going through something. I don't know what is going on. I know it's been, they have had ample enough time to do that headstone. I know that. And if I get my money, I ain't talking about if, I shouldn't say that. When I get my money on July 1st and they give me my lump sum from my retirement, I'm gonna go right down there to a white funeral home and get his headstone out there. Because black people want to do business and they want your business, but they shady and whatever reason. And I got a right to say that because it has been beyond time. Because when the Sagittarius come out to the public, you got a pattern going on. And before I let you make me a liar and the problem, I put the truth out there. I want to do this candle. This is a $100 donation. It's a 7-color candle. All you that buy candles know that the more multicolor a candle is, the more costly it is. But that's beside the point. All my candles, I have $50 candles, and I have, these are gonna be 100. These are what I call a clove candle. So I have my oil consecrated by extraterrestrial energy. That's why it's worth it. Not because you can't go out there and buy coal. You can do hoodoo work. So I'm gonna break it all down. So if you don't want to patronize me, you don't have to. If you got the arcade to get it done, get it done. I ain't hating on nobody. But if you want me to prepare the way that I do my work, you're gonna have to donate $100 through PayPal or Zelle. Clove is ruled by Jupiter, the king of the gods, the queen of the gods, Mafedifun Yanza, and element of fire. So it's going to be a quick manifestation because clove is not only Jupiter, it expands energy, but the element is fire. So it's very active, it's very quick moving, depending on what you manifesting. Clove is used for protection and purification, warding off negativity, aura or energy cleansing, and protection against nightmares or where people are attacking you psychically through the night. Clove is used for prosperity and abundance. Go figure. The planet of luck and abundance. Clove attracts wealth and manifests desire. When it says, I shall see my desire upon my enemies, you're working with Jupiter energy. Clove, fire element. It boosts financial energy. Finances or money has an energy, and you can increase that energy. This is why I tell people, you sow sparingly, you're gonna reap sparingly. Stop complaining about your money when you keep sowing seeds that keep you right where you at. Energy is energy. It can be increased or it can be decreased. We use candle magic to increase energy, frequency, and vibration of such subject matter. And clove is also utilized for spiritual development. It enhances intuition and psychic ability. You know, I got my psychic class coming up. It also is a part of spiritual growth and transformation. Isn't that perfect for my faith, you know, Oya? Now, anything I bring to the public, I utilize. That's why the bottle is almost half gone. Because I work with clove. Because it's my energy. I want to give you an opportunity that if you need cleansing or protection if you need me to work on your prosperity or your abundance, even your healing, your spiritual development, this is a good candle. Whether you get it now or you get it 2 years from now, long as I'm living, because I don't trust my kids to keep up my tradition. So I'm saying, but this is a candle, just like the good luck candle is still available. This candle right here, and utilizing this particular herb, some people say herb, this is really, really good to get things moving in a direction when it comes to your protection, your purification, cleansing yourself, healing your finances, abundance, because that's what Jupiter energy does. I'm a Sagittarius, and other Pisces also has this ability because they are also ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. I have a Pisces rising, and I'm also a Sagittarius. So I come with a lot of that energy, frequency, and vibration. Learn how to deal in these spiritual streets. I'm tired. I went to Fort Lauderdale to pick up the other Shungite crystals for our psychic class. I did a ceremony and I got them all around the yard. And y'all know I told y'all about June 5th, and the sun gonna be extra strong. It's gonna be strong today and tomorrow. So get your crystals out there, receive that radiation. It's really, really important for you to get as much Ache or Chi as possible and learn how to harness, direct, and disperse energy. This is what's going to help your spiritual practice. You got to get around people that are vibrating high. You don't just want to believe in your magic. You want to be able to execute your magic and your magical spells or conjure, whatever, a rituals, whatever you do, however you formulate. My boy said, I sure did. This is really, really important. I'm going to be giving out tidbits, spiritual tips for each zodiac sign. I'm retired now. Melanated people don't have no reason not to get ahead of situations, circumstances. And you don't even have to like me. Can I say this? I would really like that people keep their attraction, male or female. Whatever your attraction is for me, have self-control. Because I'm not responsible for that attraction. You are. Just because my dick get hard for somebody, I can't force myself on them. It's called rape. It is humanly, naturally to be attracted to people and places and things. It's natural. What happens is when you go beyond the attraction. I never get anybody that I wanted to have sex with already knows. If you've been around me for 2 minutes, 2 hours, and 2 years, and I ain't never said nothing to you, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm not shy. I'm not a virgin. I'm not even playing hard to get. I don't know where I gave up my virginity. It's not that I'm playing hard to get. I'm not interested. I don't mix business with pleasure. I don't have to, and I won't. I don't sleep with my congregation. I'm not interested. I can get all the ass and pussy I want in the universe and never touch one of my godchildren, my sheep, my spiritual daughters, my stepdaughters, none of that. I'm never gonna be anything sexually to Chloe. Never. I'm gonna always be a father figure. She never. I got a goddaughter that I was with her when she was in her mother's womb. I didn't wait till she got 18 and of age and try to have sex with her. I've never had that character. I don't need to hide behind the church or spirituality to get my freak on. I've never said, I've never gave nobody the impression that I'm into this spirituality trying to get some ass and some sex. I don't need to mix my spirituality because I'm just that good at what I do. And when it comes to attracting people to me, I have enough to bring to the table to get what I want. That I don't have to mix church, my spirituality, none of this with my sex life. What I say to unto one, I say unto all. And I probably gonna have to revisit something of this nature because people act like they don't read signs, they don't get signals. All those are lies because I'm a very straightforward and upfront person. I just let you know why that's a lie. And you better be able to discern. I take that back. You can you can choose to be a type of spiritualist that cannot read a lie. It's gonna cause you a lot of problems. I say that. If you want to grow in spirituality, I offer so many different things. But if you're looking for something else, I never offered that to you. I'm not looking for a side piece because I'm the side piece. I ain't looking to be married no more in this life. I done been married twice. I'm not interested. If you try and get a covenant of that sort, you got to find you somebody else. Whether you're a man or a woman, I'm not interested. My mind is on my money and building because my destiny star is in Capricorn. I have to fulfill the task that was assigned to me. I'm 52 years old. Thank you, Mother Susan. I don't like when y'all let attraction go beyond that and that let sex be your motivator and then you're willing to tear up everything I don't work for over some dick you ain't gonna never get. And you shouldn't even want me like that. I'm saying you shouldn't even want me like that. Because how we started out. When I started fucking somebody, I wasn't using the Bible. They didn't even know I would go to church no less than a pastor of a church. Because I don't bring my ministry. I bring my interests. You have no idea how straightforward I am. You could not take some of these conversations that I have with people. When I say I'm blunt, I'm very blunt. When I don't do mixed signals. I don't do mixed messages. And that's why I normally get exactly what I want. So it profited me, and it has always profited me to be truthful and honest. Maybe your prosperity don't come like that, but that's how mine come. And I ain't gonna let nobody shake that. If you want a clove candle prepared for you, all you gotta do, y'all know how to do it. Zelle me, PayPal it, and I'll get on it. But I'm getting ready. I gotta go get something to eat. I'm getting ready for our psychic class. It's gonna be a doozy. This candle will bring so much blessing when it comes to energy, frequency, and vibration. But if you can prepare for yourself, make sure you get a multi candle, because you want to affect every energy space in your life. That's why I use the multi-color, or you can use a white candle, because white consists of all colors. But I like to use the multicolored candle. All right. What's up, Tree Ron, the Aries in the house? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope that some of y'all replay this video, because this will really help a lot of people. And if you decide to get in a relationship based on lies and deception, spiritually or naturally, at least you know the outcome. At least you, at the end of the day, are not expecting what people that tell the truth and are honest and upfront. Love y'all. I gotta get something to eat. God bless.